Hello, good evening, and welcome to the latest Total War Rome 2 Empire Divided campaign walkthrough. Today we're looking at Palmyra's early game and running through a few turns to plot our initial course of action. Palmyra begins the campaign in a state of precarious peace with her neighbours. Galatia to the north is unhappy but trading, and as a small state is a candidate for early expansion. To our west lies Egypt, who we are at war with, and in this playthrough we're aiming to execute our primary objective and of course emulate Zenobia herself by annexing it. In play we currently have 3 armies, a fleet and a spy at our disposal. To get on a solid war footing we need to get recruiting troops, coordinating armies and raising taxes. To our south are Nabatea and the Lakhmids, who we're pretty chubby with, and we do want to keep it that way. To our east, however, lies the mighty Sassanid Empire. Now, we really want to keep them on side for now if we can, as they're overwhelmingly powerful, and large wars on 2 fronts could easily spell the end of us.
We fire this arrow straight and true. It is...
Each of the heroic factions in Empire Divided has its own flavours of tech tree, but as the war with Egypt is of imminent importance to us here, we're focusing on military techs in the early game. Roster-wise, Palmyra offers a flavourful blend of Roman and Eastern units. A strong mix of resilient frontline spears, expendable auxiliaries, and punchy cavalry and camel units. Later you'll have access to cataphracts and elephants, which will help you dominate in open field engagements.
At your command.
Now, our early strategy here is to coordinate our fleet and army to spearhead a poke into Egypt, whilst shoring up our northern border against any unwelcome incursions. Next turn, we should start getting some intelligence on the disposition of Egypt's forces. And a timely reminder that at this point in history, cults are on the rise. Now, they can bring useful benefits to your empire, but problems as well, so they must be handled with care. Now, barreling our navy down the Nile reveals some stiff resistance in Alexandria, the heart of Egypt. And that is a fight we just can't win right now, so our plan is to start picking off her outlying territories in the hope that she sallies an army out of the capital to meet us on the more even keel of an open field or small settlement battle. A quick glance at the surrounding regions, and we have some potential allies and trading partners in the Himyar of southern Arabia. If we can bring Ethiopia to heel, we'll be able to set up a nice little trade route with them. In the meantime, we'll continue to shore up the north militarily and get our spy embedded in an army to help protect it from enemy agent actions. Now, Palmyra is just good fun right out of the gates because you've got a clear route to war with a key objective faction, and the surrounding geopolitical hotbot is suitably bubbly. You've also got time to plan what kind of long-term relationship you'll want to have with the Sassanids. Okay, Zenobia's army is now on the way to strike the first blow against Egypt, and if all goes according to plan, this will provoke a nice protectionist military response from them. A quick look at the diplomacy panel, and let's try to keep things non-aggressive with the Sassanids for now.
The door is open to you.
And nope, they're just not interested. This is a problem we may have to start throwing money at. It's hard not to overstate what a threat the Sassanids can be to you until your empire becomes more formidable. A war with them also means a war with their 5 satrapies, so it is not a decision to take lightly. And it's a Merry Christmas from the Christian settlers in the region of Aelia Capitolina. Now, this means a useful bonus to public order and a welcome boost to regional income for the duration. Okay, Zenobia is ready to strike at Myos Hormos, and with just a small garrison defending, this should be a simple auto-resolve.
Ready for battle. I am listening.
And she's also leveled up, and a quick look at her skill tree shows a range of choices across the various generals' disciplines. However, our warrior queen has many more challenging battles ahead, so let's start as we mean to go on and make her an efficient recruiter. Okay, let's put those skills into practice right now by padding her army out with some auxilia.
Ready to serve.
A cheeky trade blockade against Alexandria's trade routes might be worth a stab at this point, so now our navy has done its reconnaissance work on the Nile, we're going to send it north in preparation. Up north in Caesarea, there's iron to be had, and we smell an opportunity. Iron means troop equipment upgrades, and rather like Egypt, Galatia is a client state of Aurelian's Rome. With no friends to speak of, they should prove an easy target for a quick and dirty land grab.
Are you ready to serve Rome?
And interestingly, the Lakhmids have asked us to join their war with Sakistan. However, we want to keep out of further skirmishes right now, so it's a polite no thanks. Alright, so the plan seems to be working. Egypt has relocated an army out of Alexandria to protect Memphis, spreading herself a little thinner. Let's stir the hornet's nest some more with a strike on the deep southern settlement of Diospolis.
Our advance has been halted.
Handily, Diospolis also has iron reserves, so we can give Zenobia's army a nice equipment upgrade. Not cheap given the levels of our coffers, but they are going to need it. They've also earned a new army tradition as well, and given how many spears this army is currently wielding, it seems crazy not to make them better at it. And Zenobia has leveled again, so we're going to give her a leadership upgrade this time. Our fleet heads north to Alexandria, and we may be sailing it into the jaws of doom here, as the Egyptians have quite a large fleet protecting the harbour mouth. This end turn cycle is going to be a case of cross your fingers and pray. Our iron reserves and remaining money provide just enough to upgrade the core units in Zabai Septimius' army, so let's do that. And while we don't need the Galatian iron quite so much now, although it will be useful for trade, we're rather set on conquering them anyway, so in we go.
Ready for orders. Blaze! We cannot pass here. Besieging settlement! That's your command. Commander?
A recruitment bonus for Septimius too, and let's pad his army out as well with some more cheap as chips hillmen. Then we can also put the 1200 gold we gain from looting Caesarea towards upgrading the rest of the army's equipment. So, a solid early start for Palmyra with our sights set firmly on Alexandria. Empire Divided launches later today on Steam. You'll need Rome 2 to play it, which you can pick up on discount right now through Total War Access, and if you already own Rome 2, you can also claim a past DLC for free. Please click the description below for full details, and thanks for watching.